Welcome to Narcissism Freedom. Whether you're returning or finding this space for the first time, I'm truly honored you're here. This is a place of healing, truth, and spiritual empowerment for those who've endured deep emotional wounds, especially those caused by narcissistic abuse. If your heart has been heavy with questions, if you've wrestled with why you had to suffer so much, and if you've ever wondered whether God forgot you, let this message reassure you. Your pain was not a punishment. It was preparation. You were being shaped, not destroyed. Many of us were taught that pain means we've done something wrong. That hardship is a sign of failure or divine disapproval. But what if the opposite is true? What if your struggle was the sacred fire refining you for a purpose so great, your former self couldn't even hold it yet? What if everything you went through wasn't to hurt you, but to prepare you for something bigger, deeper, and more meaningful than you ever imagined? God allows us to walk through valleys, not to leave us there, but to strengthen our legs for the mountains we're meant to climb. If you survived the betrayal, the abandonment, the confusion, and the trauma of narcissistic abuse, then you are being prepared for clarity, self-worth, divine discernment, and spiritual power. You are being trained to carry the light. You were being prepared to live on purpose. The enemy wanted you to internalize your pain as punishment so you would give up. Narcissistic people thrive on this lie. They want you to believe you're broken beyond repair, that you're the problem, that you're weak. But chosen ones, those anointed by God to carry a higher mission, are often targeted the most because their light threatens the darkness. That pain you endured wasn't your weakness. It was evidence of your divine assignment. You weren't cursed, you were called. Isaiah 43 verse 2 reminds us, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you." God never promised we wouldn't face fire or floods. He promised we wouldn't face them alone. He promised they would not consume us. So no, your pain wasn't a punishment. It was the passageway. You were being taken through something so you could come out carrying wisdom, authority, and purpose. When you look back now, can you see the spiritual muscles that were built in the pain? Can you see how much more you notice red flags? How much deeper your compassion runs? How much stronger your boundaries have become? That's not punishment. That's transformation. That's God working all things together for your good. There were days you thought you wouldn't make it. Nights you cried in silence. Moments where your own reflection felt unfamiliar. But through it all, something inside you refused to quit. That refusal was your purpose waking up. It was your higher self saying, "We were not created just to suffer. We were created to rise." Living with purpose doesn't mean your past disappears. It means your past now fuels your future. You begin to understand that nothing was wasted, not the toxic relationship, not the betrayal, not the rock bottom moments. Everything was used to strip away the illusions, to reveal who you truly are beneath the layers of pain. You were never meant to stay broken. You were meant to be rebuilt stronger, wiser, and more connected to your divine source. Psalm 119 verse 71 says, "It was good for me to be afflicted, so that I might learn your decrees." That doesn't mean God delights in your suffering. It means God uses even suffering to realign you with what's sacred. Sometimes the breakdown is necessary so you can finally meet the version of you that doesn't people please, doesn't chase validation, doesn't tolerate abuse. That version of you, the healed, awakened you, was born through the fire. Living with purpose after pain means you're no longer walking aimlessly through life. You know why you're here. You may not know every detail of what's coming next, but you know that your survival wasn't an accident. The fact that you're still breathing, still standing, still seeking truth, still willing to heal, that's confirmation that your life matters deeply. Your story will become someone else's survival guide. Your presence is a testimony. The narcissist wanted you to feel invisible, like your existence didn't matter. But God preserved you. And not just so you could go back to who you were, but so you could rise into who you were always meant to be. Your purpose is not just about what you do, it's about who you become. It's about how you love yourself now, how you speak up now, how you protect your energy, your time, and your peace, how you say yes to what aligns and no to what drains. Living with purpose means every decision now flows from your healing. You no longer chase what's not meant for you. You no longer let guilt keep you in harmful cycles. You no longer minimize your light to keep others comfortable. You are finally living as the healed version of yourself, not the version shaped by trauma. You're not the caterpillar anymore. You're the butterfly who had to fight your way out of the cocoon. That fight wasn't punishment. It was the process. And now you're flying. Some of the greatest warriors in scripture were shaped in hidden, painful places. David was tending sheep long before he ever became king. Joseph was betrayed and imprisoned before stepping into his divine assignment. Jesus himself was rejected and crucified before rising in power. The preparation is always painful, but the purpose is always divine. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming. You're blooming. You're walking into your purpose on time. Even when you didn't understand why it hurts so bad, your spirit knew something bigger was being birthed. You didn't go through all that to play small. You didn't survive just to settle. You are here to live boldly, to speak truth, to protect your peace, and to walk in purpose. So when people ask how you made it out, tell them it was God. Tell them it was grace. Tell them it was the pain that prepared you, not destroyed you. And tell them you're just getting started. If this message spoke to your spirit, I invite you to take a breath and remember, your pain was never wasted. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, protected, and guided. And now, you're being called to live like it. Don't look back unless it's to see how far you've come. Don't shrink to fit into spaces you've outgrown. Don't dim your light because others can't handle your shine. This is your season to walk in divine confidence. You didn't suffer in vain. You suffered into strength. You were shaped by sacred fire. And now, you live with purpose. If you feel led to support the growth and awareness of this channel, the details are listed below in the description. Your support helps bring messages like this to others who need to hear them. And if this resonated with your journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and continue walking in your light. You are never being punished. You are being prepared.